Alright, we're playing some Deathslinger today. Just off the rip, I just want to mention this is a match where I do lose the game. Now, you're probably looking at the perks like, what the heck is that? I am doing that random perk challenge, so I have to like break stuff while using randomized perks. I wanted to unlock the cosmetics for Hillbilly, so I decided to play a little bit of Deathslinger, and I did lose this match. But this is an opportunity for you killer mains out there to kind of watch and see what mistakes I've made, and maybe you've made the same mistakes. And then we can both learn from it, you know what I'm saying? Because I do tend to post a lot of my wins, but I do want to also show that I'm human and I also lose games as well, you know what I'm saying? And this is definitely one of them. Now, I haven't played the game in like about, maybe I'm gonna just say maybe 5 or so days. Give or take, maybe a week, who knows, right? It's been a little while since I played the game. I've been playing a little bit less lately. But, you know, if you are, like, focused on trying to improve, your muscle memory will still kick in, and you'll still be able to quickly put the synapse together and be able to figure it out. With that being said, I did miss my shot there. That was just, you know, rust, obviously, kicking in. I noticed that all 4 of them are running flashlights, so I didn't want to go for the pickup too quickly. And then, of course, they attempted to do that and still failed. I was going to try to hook them next to this generator because we know that they're trying to gen rush. Now, if I'm being honest, I really don't remember what the heck that Skull Merchant perk does. And I think the other one was Deathbound, which I think only affects like healed survivors. So I only had Brutal Strength as my perk. And Corrupt was fine. It wasn't a bad perk. And I did also get the challenge at the end of this video, but right off the rip here, I noticed that I'm making a mistake because I do get the hook, but I think what I should have done was like tried to focus on trying to find where the rest of the survivors are, because the only time that you should be really proxying this hard is if they are attempting to go for a save, and your biggest objective, especially playing Deathslinger, who is quite slow, is to try to you know, force the game to your side and apply as much pressure as you can. By me staying in this one area, all I ended up doing was wasting a lot of time, which, I mean, sure, it did confirm the second state, and it does force them to come to my side, but unfortunately, because I didn't go over to get to the generator, I did lose a gen. Now, I do get the shot here because, you know, muscle memory does kick in. She keeps trying to nod no, but I'm just waiting it out just to make sure that they lose their endurance, and I was just going to take advantage of that as well. Now, we don't want to automatically go for that blind because, as you can tell, like, we're going against survivors who are extremely altruistic. So I had sort of forced to play a little bit too early. What I should have done was honestly had just gone for the what you call it, for the generator instead of going after them. Because now I lose like another generator pretty fast, and I'm sure, I mean, I got the down on the same person again, and it applies a lot of pressure pretty quickly. And I think I was able to actually get them to the second state, so they are out of the game. Oh no, they weren't out the game. Okay, so that's another misplay right off the rip there then. I should have stayed very close by. If I was going to force them to come toward me and play more defensively, I should have played that a lot better and tried to at least force the second state. Now, I do get it down here. What I should have done was probably slug. If I had slugged them, then I could just focus on 2 other people that are running around, and then that'll pull them off the generators. But because I had picked up and gone for the hook, I ended up wasting a lot of time, and then they're just going to end up fully healing the person, losing a lot of pressure, especially when we don't have any perks. I think both of these perks affect healing, I guess. I'm not entirely sure, but you got to keep in mind that this was randomized perks from the challenge, from the event. So I didn't really get a lot of pressure, obviously, because I also don't have great perks. But you have to also keep in mind that perks aren't everything. You also have to make sure your fundamentals are on point. So I was into chase with this person, but they weren't even on a generator, so it just felt kind of useless to even waste my time chasing them. I should have been focusing on staying on that other side of the map, because that's where the hook is, as well as the generators. But if I do decide to go this way, I do want to go for the person who is injured, which I do get the shot there. That was really good on my part. I was able to get the down pretty quickly. The other issue that you're going to see here now is that I noticed that I'm going to go for a hook here, But that's kind of redundant because there's no gen to defend here. So I'm just kind of hooking them and having to run all the way across the map to go hit them when they already are fully healed. So, you know, it just kind of worked out in their favor. Now, we do notice that this gen is still regressing, which is good for us. But unfortunately, you know, they're going to just split up and go on other generators. And the other one is on first hook. So it was just better. And then you're going to see me follow this person. It just didn't seem that smart to do that. At the time it did, because I figured they were most likely going to try to go for the generator that has the most progress right in this area. But I think I should have let this generator go, because then I could force them to do a 3-gen instead of like having the gens get split up. Now, you also are going to notice that they're leaving their teammate on the hook for quite some time, so this does work in my favor in a way, and I do get the damage on this person, which is fantastic as well, and I also got the pallet. So I think what I should have done was break it remotely, but I wasn't sure if that would affect the challenge or not. I wasn't sure if it was going to like count, which of course I wasted a little bit of time on that. I do get a hit on the Meg there. I guess it was dead art or some bullshit, you know how it usually is. But it's really unfortunate because I then misplayed that as well. I should have stayed focused on the person, but we do get the knockdown on the Meg, which is a good play. What I should have done was obviously bait it like I did, because I knew somebody was going to go for the save. We just don't want to let them get the save for free. And they're going to play extremely altruistic. What I should have done was already be aiming and walk to the side there. I probably could have got the shot, pulled her in and got 2 knockdowns. I did go for the hook, but obviously it wasn't the greatest play. I should have actually pushed the hook toward the 3-gen I had over there, but instead I let that go. And then to focus on this gen that was just on the side in the middle here, which is really not that great, because then I lose a gen that was more closer to the 3-gen, and this gen was already ready to go. So I had figured I was forced to stay close to this area, unfortunately. But what I should have done was force a 3-gen toward the back of the map there. That would have been the much smarter play. We do have a couple of them running around. I should have gotten somebody out of the game like much sooner. Obviously, you know, when you're playing Deathslinger and stuff like that, you do have to keep that in mind, that you want to try to get somebody out of the game as soon as possible, especially when, and also be able to set up for a 3-gen and if need be. And then of course we lose that gen toward that backside, which completely confirms that I won't be able to do much about that. And I was able to get that fantastic drag shot on this guy, and we were able to knock him down. And I figured I might as well reload, but of course, you know, the way that they fall down, they fall in these weird goofy areas. So I do lose a couple seconds having to reload and hook. We do just hook them right next to us, but we know that the gen that's over there has a lot of progress. Once again, I should have probably slugged a couple of times to really force them to go to my side. I was able to get the shot here, but unfortunately, because of the fact that, you know, this game is the way it is, they're of course going to have 3 adrenalines, because this game is not balanced at all. And I've said it a couple times before, the game is extremely survivor-sided, mainly if you're going against, you know, survivors with good perks and coordination. If you are in solo queue as a survivor, it does seem like it's a bit more killer-sided, but in most cases it is very survivor-sided when you have a 4-man. Not to say that this is a 4-man per se, but it could have been. They do have the intelligence to at least do the generators and help each other out. And that's just, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? So I did hook them. Unfortunately, it was the first hook, so it really just did not work in my favor that much. But the Meg really did decide to stay in the open for some reason, which honestly works into my favor because I can kill them if I can, I should say. But of course, once again, I misplayed it. I probably should have slugged once again, you know, should have slugged and decided to go for somebody else to force them to try to go for the revive instead of going for the door, because it's all about trying to divert the attention from the objective. This Meg literally has absolutely no aim. I really don't know what they're doing. So it's just an even bigger point that I made a lot of mistakes, because these survivors seem very lost and very idiotic, and as you can see, you know, they're very, very bad. So it's mainly my fault that I should have played this completely differently. We do have another person who's there. I don't know why they decided to open the door. That was actually very dumb on their part, which further just proves that I should have played a lot better because, you know, these survivors are pretty bad, and I'm just letting them win for free. So that's really not that good. Now, we saw somebody behind us there. They know they're going to go for the save. They can't resist. But with that being said, that we can allow that to work in our favor here. If we can try to get as many people injured as possible, that would help. I would try to force my toward the door, but they're going to just flip it open and leave anyway. So I just figured I'm going to stay in the middle of the map because the altruism was going to force them to come over here. I do figure that if I do hook this person, it will force them to make their way over. Which is exactly what I had tried to do, to try to salvage at least a kill out of it. But they're fully healed, as usual, so, you know, we do have a second hook there, which is fine. They might be able to get the save. The smart thing the survivors should have done was just leave the game, because then they would have gotten a 3-man escape, and then I would have lost. But they do decide to go for it. I did miss a shot there, which is really unfortunate. That is more so due to my impatience. I haven't played the game in a while, so, you know, you do kind of misplay when you're not really focused and calmly paying attention to the situation. So I obviously was proxying this person, which was good, but honestly they should not have opened the door because they would have had much more time to actually get the save. But because they decided to give themselves a timer, they misplayed, but I also was not able to get the advantage off of this. Now, if I had to save the best for last, honestly, it would have done a lot more for me. But, you know, I was using randomized perks from the challenge, which I was at least able to obtain the challenge. We do want to try to pull the Meg off here. I, for some reason, did not get the pull, which is a little weird. So I at least knock down the Meg, who's already on Death Hook anyway. And then if I am able to knock down this person, but of course, because this game does not like to favor me, I guess, they're going to somehow be able to run in a full circle all the way around, and then, of course, waste a lot of time. We do just knock them down. What I should have done, which is the smartest play, was actually go toward that Meg, because they were also on Death Hook, so I could have confirmed another kill for free, downed one person, and then forced the other ones to start running away, so I can still leave them on the ground. It will actually get more people to pull in to the match so that I would be able to get the kill for free. But with that being said, I had wasted that opportunity as well. And then that obviously, they just leave the game, which the one that was on Death Hook and that one that I would have gotten the kill and actually pulled it toward the tie, blinds out the game because of course they will, you know what I'm saying, they're not trying to die. So, that being said, I'd like to thank you for watching. If you made it this far, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you did learn something from this video, maybe this is a match that you may have played before, you know, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you learned anything. Because I do want to post games like these where I also lose, so we can then view what mistakes I made and what kind of strategies I should be employing. So once again, I appreciate all the support. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, YouTube things, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, have a good one.